Is Jim Harbaugh going to be the next head coach of the Chicago Bears? Welcome into Bears Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham. Full disclosure, we are not usually in the sourced business here at Chat Sports. Sometimes we get scoops, occasionally we do. I've gotten a couple over the years, but we actually have some information regarding Jim Harbaugh, and it starts with this. The only NFL job at this exact moment, it could certainly change from what we're hearing from a source close to Jim Harbaugh, is that the only NFL job he is interested in right now is the Chicago Bears, which that excites me to think about. Here are some details that we've heard. We're going to line this up for you guys. His preference is to stay at Michigan. Before the Connor Stalions cheating scandal stuff came out, he had verbally agreed to a monster new deal with Michigan, basically resetting his deal starting next year. It was going to be in the ballpark of $12 million per year. Make him among the highest paid in college football, Nick Saban type of money. That is where that was headed. Well, that kind of stalled when the Stallions cheating stuff, 3-game suspension came into play. Obviously, that has come and gone. They just won the Big Ten, and Harbaugh was back. But he is set, according to our source again, that a Christmas Day deadline for revisiting that contract and getting that signed, that's what he wants. Because the day after Christmas, Michigan flies to the West Coast to play in the Rose Bowl. He does not want to work on contract stuff after that. And if he doesn't get a new deal, then he's not going to discuss it any further, at least for that period of time. Now, he would be open to his representatives talking to the Bears if a new deal does not come by Christmas. So I think the next 3 weeks are pretty critical to see where this goes. He still feels the love in Chicago, apparently. Of course, he was a quarterback here. He likes the Midwest. He wants to stay in the Midwest if he's going to keep coaching. Obviously, he could stay at Michigan and do that. The Bears fit that bill as well. And this detail is interesting as well. He likes the idea of building the Bears back up to prominence, a team he played for, just like Michigan, what he's done there, a team he played for. Couple other things to keep in mind here. Keynote here that we've heard. Before the cheating scandal, like I said, he had verbally agreed to a blockbuster contract according to our source. Since then, the deal has obviously not taken place. There's no ink on paper, and that was a couple of months ago. That was in the month of October when that deal was agreed upon. Also, continuing that first note, if he doesn't get his previously agreed to contract before Michigan leaves for the Rose Bowl, day after Christmas, so Christmas deadline, he'll assume Michigan isn't serious in keeping him. That is what I have been told. Now, that does not mean that a contract couldn't be revisited after the Rose Bowl, after a national championship game, if Michigan makes it there. But I think if a new deal does not occur between now and Christmas Day, like if we don't get that push notification from Bruce Feldman or whoever that Michigan has signed Harbaugh to a monster contract, then I think the door is open at that point for the Bears to get involved. I think the Bears are probably interested. They're probably back-channeling right now. Obviously, Matt Eberflus is still their head coach, but keep these things in mind. Like, this is a very fluid situation between Jim Harbaugh, Michigan, and potentially the Bears. And let me just add this last thing, too, as you guys get your answers in on this. Who will Harbaugh's 2024 team be, Michigan or Chicago? Things can change. What's true from what we've heard in the last day or so, that could change a week from now. That could change 2 weeks from now. Maybe he's going to go somewhere else. I don't know. But right now, that is what we're being told, that the Bears are the only team interested. So if you had to guess, you think it'll be Michigan or you think it'll be Chicago, let us know in the comment section right now. You guys know where I stand. I want Jim Harbaugh. I've been pushing this for over a month, probably close to 2 months. I'd have to go back to the exact date when I first said it on this show, but I want it to happen. His resume speaks for itself. Sure, he's never gotten to the complete mountaintop. He hasn't quite won a national championship. He didn't win a Super Bowl in San Francisco, but he got to one. Got to multiple NFC championship games. He's won at this level. I want Harbaugh in Chicago. One other thing, and we've been asked, well, why wouldn't he want to go to this opening, that opening? As of now, we've been told he's not interested in New York, so if the Giants or Jets open up, he doesn't want to live in New York, the New York area. So at least as of now, he wouldn't be interested in that. Or the Chargers. That one surprised me a little bit. He's a West Coast guy. He's been on the West Coast a lot, but it sounds like he would prefer to stay in the Midwest right now. Haven't heard specifically about the Raiders. Remember about a month ago, The Athletic put out there that the Raiders and Bears would be the most likely suitors. Based on this source, what we've heard right here, the Bears are the only team at this moment that he's interested in. So if it doesn't happen, I don't want you coming back in a month and be like, dude, what are you talking about? Right now, that's the information we have. these things change all the time. You guys know how this thing goes. But again, I just outlined the resume. He's won everywhere he's been, whether it's FCS San Diego or the NFL with the 49ers or at his alma mater, Michigan, or reviving a Stanford program that was completely dead. He's done it all. And what he's done at Michigan to take a prominent program that was middling for a while and got them back at least close to the mountaintop, 3 straight college football playoff appearances, that would be appealing to him in Chicago. That is what we have been told. So, again, I think he'd prefer to stay at Michigan. That's what it sounds like. But if that contract doesn't happen between now and Christmas, I think that door is open for the Chicago Bears. We'll keep things rolling here on today's show. But first, today's show is sponsored by Game Time. Guys, it shouldn't be stressful when you're buying your tickets to go to a game. It should be easy. I went to the Cowboys-Seahawks Thursday night football game, got tickets the day of, no problem, no stress, no concern, got my parking pass through Game Time as well. And you know what's cool about Game Time also? You can use your Venmo balance to buy tickets or your parking pass. I did that for my parking pass. I had just enough money in my Venmo account to cover my parking, which obviously Venmo is still money, but it kind of feels like it's just extra money you have. So the fact that you can use Venmo to pay for tickets on Game Time is awesome. You can get $20 off with our promo code BearsChat when you sign up. You're going to be able to see your exact vantage points when you get going with Game Time. They're going to show you your exact tickets. And by the way, if you find a better price on a different site, prove it to Game Time. They're going to lower the price for you because they want you guys to have the best experience possible. Download the Game Time app, search the App Store, look for that big letter G with the background, and use our promo code BearsChat to get $20 off when you first sign up. Okay, Cole Kmet, is he dreaming big? Well, he said earlier today that the Bears are, quote, in playoff mode. Here is what Chicago's tight end had to say. He said, look, we finished these 5 out here. Obviously, I'm treating it like we're in playoff mode now. I think 5 very winnable games here to end the season. Who knows what can happen at 9-8? Of course, if they win out, they will end up 9-8. Here's the schedule. We've looked over it a lot. If you get through Detroit this week, it feels at least possible. Again, I would not predict it, but at Cleveland, that's going to be Joe Flacco or Dorian Thompson-Robinson. Cardinals at home, yeah, Kyler Murray's a good NFL quarterback, but that Cardinals team isn't very good. They compete, but that still should be a game you feel like you can win at home. Falcons at home, solid defense, horrible offense. At Packers, that's going to be tough regardless because they have absolutely owned the Bears. But it's not like that's impossible. It's not like it's an Aaron Rodgers Packers team. So, look, is it plausible? I mean, yeah, you're 2 games back. You got a shot here. The 6 and 7 seeds in the NFC are definitely up for grabs. And goddamn, that is disgusting to see that Packers logo back in the playoff picture. But that is where we're at. I'll say this. If you beat Detroit this week, it's at least interesting at that point. I don't think it's that interesting right now. I think it's worth kind of outlining where the Bears are at. You beat Detroit, you get a little help this week. Maybe you're a game back at the final playoff spot going into Week 15. Okay, we can talk. We can have those chats, but it means nothing if you lose another divisional game to Detroit when you should have beat them a couple of weeks ago. So we'll see how it plays out. I appreciate Cole Kmet's mindset. Like, hey, they should be in playoff mode because you got to win out to make the playoffs. And even if you win out, it's not a guarantee. So hopefully that locker room has that mindset. They should be fresh coming off the bye week, coming off an emotional win over Minnesota. So hopefully they make a push here. I'd love to see it, but I got to see it to believe it at this point in time. Are you still hoping for a Bears playoff push? Type Y for yes or type N for no. Could be on Team Tank at this point. Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm not believing yet, but I am hoping. But we'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Don't miss out. Bears rumors are heating up, and if we hear anything more on this Harbaugh situation, we'll be sure to pass that along. Subscribe, turn on notifications. That way you never miss a video here on the channel. It's youtube.com/BearsNow. Appreciate everybody for tuning in on a daily basis. Okay, quick injury notes. Well, doesn't sound like much. Now, the first injury report of the week won't come out till Wednesday, but Matt Eberflus had his first presser since the bye week and said he likes where the Bears are at in terms of health. Now, a couple of players that were dinged up before the bye week, Deontay Foreman dealing with an ankle issue, but he was close to playing in that game against Minnesota. I think he'd be fine to return. Noah Sewell, he had been dealing with a knee issue, so we'll see where he's at. Flus expressed optimism with Tyreek Stevenson's ankle injury, so we'll see what the injury report looks like on Wednesday. But certainly would be huge. You got the rest advantage. You got the extra week off. I mean, it's put up or shut up time. Like, you blew it last time around. Can you flush that loss like you did against Minnesota, to give them credit, and beat Detroit this time? If you can, then okay, we can have some sort of a conversation about maybe making a playoff push. But if you lose this week, it's all a moot point because at 4-9, you're completely cooked at that point. All right, guys, appreciate everybody for tuning in. More content to come, latest Bears news, rumors, off-season look ahead, and a whole lot more. So hit that subscribe button. It is 100% free.